Hey guys, so this is my video for the interview for the position at Koreh, LA, the Americorps position. Well, I was born in Massachusetts, born and raised in Massachusetts, and I'm a pretty typical East Coast kind of guy. I grew up in Lexington, Massachusetts, home of the American Revolution and overpriced ice cream. I'm a huge Boston sports fan. Um, Go Red Sox. And so subsequently, I don't really like the Yankees. But other than that, I enjoy playing guitar, as you can see here. Um, but I will save you the trouble and not sing you anything. And I really love just being outside and doing anything recreational. Chicago is probably one of the worst places um, in order to do things outside because it's so cold most of the year. But that's probably part of the reason why I wanna go explore California and the West Coast. Um, Another reason being, actually, as I tried to mention during my interview, is that I like to explore new places and explore and meet new people. And coming to the Midwest was such a growing and life-changing experience. And even though I'll be only going to California for probably 1 year for the position, I think it could still be just as impacting for me personally. Um, so I think literacy is an important issue, especially for young people who need a strong education in order to be both a positive and contributing member to society. Um, I've grown to really value organizations like Koreh, LA, that are really putting a lot of effort into growing and nurturing young people. And in addition to this, I really just want an experience in a nonprofit organization. The way things are run, how projects are started, and how they're maintained. My long-term future goals is to enter medical school one day, and I think an experience in a place like Koreh, LA, would really give me a lot of insight into the ways people are fighting social issues just outside of medicine, things that people are struggling with, and the ways other people are trying to combat that. And I think going into medical school with both this kind of sensitivity and also this perspective at hand would really help me get a better grasp of the overall art of medicine, because medicine, beyond just the scientific and technological aspects, it includes a lot of human interaction, and that's something I think I can kind of learn about and gain sensitivity to through this position. And so, and it also combined with my undergraduate degree in communication science and disorders, I think I can really acknowledge and emphasize the importance of language and reading skills to both patients and parents alike. So I think both of these things, it would really help me um, as I pursue a medical career. Well, I think there are a lot of different experiences that I can draw upon. Although research labs aren't really compared to in terms of work environment with nonprofits, I think my specific experience has really taught me a lot about the important aspects of any position, things like time management or communication with others, or just working on a team. Research positions often require you to be pretty independent with your work, knowing what your responsibilities are, and likewise, really being able to juggle a lot of different responsibilities at once. Um, and usually these different things you're working on, they often overlap with other people working on the project, or even coordinating with different projects that are going on. And so they usually demand a good level of cooperation. And I think that team aspect has been something I've been able to develop working with others and really collaborating on different projects and things like that. I think these are things that I can translate to Koreh LA, and even my work in the library, which is just a part-time job. I'm earning minimum wage. It's a work study position. My supervisor really relies on his employees, me and my coworkers, to basically run the department. He doesn't. He's gone a lot of the time, so he relies on us to manage the patrons, and kind of explain policies and procedures, and really make sure things are going well in that part, in our little section of the library. Um, in addition to these kind of, I guess, typical workplace skills, there's a lot about, I think, the cross-cultural differences that I've learned through my Christian organization on campus. We're a multi-ethnic fellowship, and we really try and emphasize open discussions about cultural and ethnic differences. And we especially really try and pinpoint how our ethnic differences permeate implicitly and really not so explicitly, through the ways we communicate or perceive somebody's words, or react to a situation. And this is just beyond the religious context, but in general to society. I really think that having discussed these things and even having volunteered in different communities, different neighborhoods of Chicago, where the population is vastly different than my own and what I'm used to here in Evanston. I think it's really grown kind of a sensitivity in me to know how to not just see the differences that exist, but know how to be sensitive to the fact that people might perceive an email or a phone call or even a slight gesture differently than how you would, and this can impact relationships and ultimately be something that makes or can break partnerships between communities or different organizations and things like that too. My fellowship has really also opened my eyes, I should say, of a lot of the injustices that occur in different parts of Chicago, and a lot of them which are academic related. Things like literacy or access to resources that would help kids do well in school. Just even encouragement to and motivation to succeed in school is something that can be lacking in a lot of different areas. We've been to places in the south side of Chicago or in the west side of Chicago, and kind of talking with some of the parents and even some of the kids, it's almost disheartening that there's such a great need, but there's not a lot being done. This kind of goes back to the reason why I want to work in Koreh LA, because I think at the core issue of a lot of these academic related injustices is literacy is such an important aspect of your education and how you can do later on in schooling and in college and in your future career. And it's something I want to fight and help to improve. And I imagine there might be some similarities between LA and Chicago in terms of maybe some of the needs that are needed. I know there are probably a lot of cultural, geographic, demographic, all those differences too, but I wanna contribute and I wanna help in any way possible. So that's the end of my video, I guess. If there are any further questions or things you want to talk about with me, please feel free to email me, call me, text me, whatever. I'm available. I think you guys have my information. So yeah, I hope to speaking with you guys soon. Thank you.